Alright, so for today, I believe from the last video, I basically said if anyone was interested in Remnant from the Ashes, how you do the rundown of the game and how to do certain things from the rundown of the game. But I never showed the official tutorial with regards to the game when you first create a game, because when you first download the game, you follow the set rules and stuff, agree to privacy and all that stuff, set up your region and your language, so on, and then you get to character creator. So the first thing you do, you create your character or you adjust your settings. It's completely up to you. So whichever one you want to do first. And after you do that, create a new character, select your character, and you can go with the default character that they give to you, or you could change the character, like head 1, head 2. There are many different ways to give your character customization. At least it's better than Dark Souls customization, that's for sure. Face hair. Now you can't adjust the pixels or the polygons of the body, but you can add things with regards to characters, how they look, how the bear looks, and so on and so forth. You give them facial hair. You could not give them facial hair. You know. Make him look clean. Make him look like a boy. Make him have like boy band hair. And make him look like something weird. So I'll give him a weird little mustache. Cop mustache. Goatee is never my thing. I always thought it was weird people have hair at the bottom of their chin and stuff. So I'll make him look young. Yeah, I'll give him this young looking hair. Or I'll make him look more military. I'll give him more military look. So I'll make him look like a young guy. And I'll change the color of his skin or the color of his eyes. I'll just make him look green. So you can give him whatever color you want. Dark skin, light skin. I'll give him dark skin. Because hair color black. Yeah. Well, he looks like a seasoned veteran, alright. Like, Jesus. That's old as shit. That's more than seasoned. That's ancient. I'm gonna go with ancient. That's a seasoned veteran right there. I'll make him look completely weird. Like an old man with new guy looking with tips. That's kind of out of place though. And just give him military here. It's kind of young, old. Nah, I kind of like the young, experienced look. Scars. So all this stuff you could adjust in the game, and then you could go with the even voice as well.
I wonder what this is.
What's this doing here?
This looks like it could be useful.
What's this doing here?
This looks like it could be useful.
What is this doing here?
This looks like it was important. Once.
Wonder what this is.
This looks like it could be useful.
What's this doing here?
This could be useful.
Well, this looks like it was important.
What's this doing here?
Yeah, so Then you could set up your camera mode to standard, hardcore. It all depends on you, and then you could confirm and skip. And as you create your new character, you then have your new character selected with nothing attached to him, and then you play the game. And you can put it on public, and you play. As soon as you press play, you're now save your character, and the game is now going to put you through a tutorial section. And this is the tutorial section.
What can we do when our last hope fails? That you must discover. Our last hope sailed this sea before you, in search of an end to the beasts that have hunted us for generations. An end was found, or so we thought, when the dragon rose into the sky like a phoenix, blazing in flames of agony. But our hero never came home. Only the storm, the beasts, the unshakable dread that something had twisted and turned. Your journey will not be easy. Storm swirls round the dragon's tower like a shroud. The dragon may be dead, but in its ashes, I fear something else has awoken. You will fight for every step. You must reach the tower, learn what became of our warrior, face what lurks within. When our last hope fails, another shall take its place. So long as we have breath.
Alright, so the game literally tells you other people can join you as soon as you finish the tutorial. So when you first start the game, unlike other games, you're not completely empty-handed. You have a backpack where you could carry stuff in, and you have a sword on your hand, which kind of makes sense. If you understand the world that you're in, if you wake up in a world that you understand you're in, you would never be completely unarmed. I never understand games where you're actually in a dangerous world and you have no weapons to start off with. That doesn't make sense. It's not like you're born into the world from coming from another universe. You've lived, grew up, and you've existed in this world. So you would always start with a weapon. Even though your weapon might be shit, it will always be a weapon. So games that start you off with nothing whatsoever at all, that never makes sense. Even in Generation Zero, when you don't have weapons, don't really make sense. If you understand that machines have taken over, why don't you have weapons? It's not like it just happened the other day the machines took over. So in this world, things have gone awry for quite some time. That's why you have weapons. So the first thing you do is you move forward with L3. Normal. Look around is R3 on controller, PlayStation controller. I'm using PlayStation controller. Duck and move forward under stuff is circle on PlayStation controller, circle. Or you could do stuff like this for messing with people. Dodge is unlike circle or square. Dodge is the same button other games where you would press X for jump. Dodge. There is no jump in Remnant from the Ashes. There is dodge. You can climb, you can hop over stuff, but you cannot jump. Because there's no need to jump and jump over things. The game has an in-game mechanics for jumping. So when it prompts you to jump from one place to the next, it will be prompt for you to jump. You don't need to jump if it tells you you don't need to jump. Jumping is part of QTE and not an in-game thing. So X is for dodging, and you press it once, or you press forward and then arrow backward, hold backwards, and you press S, roll back, walk forward, press X, walk backward, press X. Now, if you want to do quick dodge, the quick dodge is X. I said this in the last video before. The time period for you to recover from an attack or from an enemy taking a swing at you is much faster with a quick dodge than with a roll. Because roll, you have to do a whole roll, then you recover, then you attack. Whereas at quick dodge, you press X, attack, X, attack, X, attack. So that's 3 seconds. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whereas 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See? So 1, 2, 3. So you have like a full second more, or maybe even less than that with the quick dodge. A full second more is the difference between you dying and getting hit over and over again, especially if there's multiple enemies. If you quick dodge for multiple enemies, you could keep quick dodging, quick dodging, and quick dodging until your stamina is completely gone. The stamina bar is indicated with your lower right section, and it's white in color. So when it goes down, it shows it's going down, but the recovery time for the stamina bar is pretty fast. That's one dodge, one dodge, or you could count it like 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 seconds for a full recover from one dodge. Forward roll, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Backward roll, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4 if you're counting slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So recovery is always 5 seconds for one dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 seconds for a full recover of all your stamina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seconds. And 1, 2, 3, maybe even 3 seconds for recovery of your stamina from one dodge. Say one dodge. 1, 2, 3. That's, yep, 3 seconds for one dodge. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 seconds for one dodge. 10 seconds for full out of stamina. So let's go halfway. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So halfway point would be 5 seconds, and a full stamina recovery is 10 seconds. So that's that. Now swinging your weapon is R2. Melee is R2. Most games you have your melee at circle or at square. But in this game your melee is R2. Now when you have a weapon in your hand, like a gun, aiming down sight will be the L2 button on your PlayStation control and the R2 button for shooting. So I'm holding down the L2 button now, and I'm now going to press the R2 button. But I'm doing absolutely nothing even though I'm holding down R2 and pressing R2 rapidly. Because I'm holding down the L2 button. It's assuming I want to shoot, but I have no gun, so it does nothing. So if I let go of the L2 and I now press the R2 now, it's melee. So R2 is for melee. Without the moment you hold on the L2, you will not be able to press the R2 again until you let go of the L2. So that's a helpful thing to know. Now, inventory is the standard in the game, in most games. The inventory system is pressing the option button. You press the option button, which is the overall thing in most games, and then you get to your character screen. And in the character screen, you go L2, R2, scroll left and right, and you see everything you will need for your character. The main hand for your character, the long gun, your main gun, long gun, are basically your primary gun, your secondary gun, which is the long gun, your melee weapon, and of course your armor and everything. So all weapons and all armor is in one character slot. Inventory is everything, all your consumables. It says it right there, and you can go for left and right using the R1 for left and right. So so L2 and R2 is for the top ribbon scroll, and in each one where there's a subcategory or sub buttons is the R1 and L1 for scrolling consumables, materials, and crafting, quest supplies, and quest items. Same as go. And then there's traits, and then there's your map. This game does come with a map. Other games don't come with maps. This game has a map. The map is not great, but at least it has map. You know, the original Elden Ring map was kind of shitty, full of colors that are all, light in color, so you couldn't actually see where you're going because your icon was light in color too. So they didn't differentiate darks from light in that game. It was bad until they fixed it. And then you L2, R2, L2, R2 to the last R2 section. And the last R2 section is your option section, and it takes you into your system. And then you L1 and R1 back and forth. And then there's the exit options, and the exit option will take you to the main menu. And gameplay options, where you switch up your gameplay and you show what you want on. You want to show damage on, yes or no. You want to show health bar on, yes or no. Cameras, adjust cameras. HUD size, you want max HUD size, you want half HUD size. HUD opacity, so on and so forth. Tutorial prompts, you could have prompts on if you want. Video brightness, you could choose the video brightness. If your screen is very bright, you could adjust that. Audio, if you want audio for your characters to speak and for the music to speak. Sound effects to be on, you could adjust it to what you want. I'm just going to put it at 50. Or the sound effects when fighting enemies is kind of loud in this game. So, and of course the controllers. The controller itself tells you exactly the simplest thing. So if you don't want any other information other than where your buttons are, you just go into your options menu and scroll over till you get to your R2 in the options, and then you press the L1, R1, and it will take you all the way to controls. And here you'll see where all your buttons and everything you need to do from your buttons. And then that's pretty much it for the tutorial. Now there's something else. It also you need to look with regards to the options. Now when you go to options and you scroll all the way to controls, it tells you a very important thing. It says Dragon Heart, which is L1. So if you press L1, a dragon's heart. A dragon's heart is the same as maximum amount of health you're consuming in one consumed product or in one elemental meal. It's like a dragon heart is like a full meal, or full course meal. And what that does, it not just only feeds you and increase your health, but it repairs you from any ailments and stuff. So the dragon heart is like a nutritious item that heals you, a magic item, because you're consuming a dragon's heart, to make your health come back and to remove all ailments from you, so on and so forth. That is an item you use only when necessary. Now another button is very important to know are the quick slot buttons. The quick slot buttons are buttons that you will put your consumable items in. It says it right here. Your up, down, left, and right button are where you put all your consumables in, and these are very, very important. So the two main things to know in this game more than anything is Never use your dragon heart unless it's imperative, and always have your consumables within your character slots set up the way you want them to. Let's say you want the up button to represent miniature health consumption from vials that you drink instead of using your dragon hearts. Let's say you want your left to be your ammunition pouch in case you run out of ammo, because this is a world that's kind of intelligent than other game. You have a backpack and you carry ammo in your backpack or on you. Also, you can carry bandage and medkits on you to heal yourself. So you also have something like bandages, so if you get cut or if you get damaged, you could carry that on you. And also in your backpack, you could also carry elemental resistant items, magic resistant items. So if you don't want your dragon heart to take off those magic status, you carry elemental resistant items on you, and you will put all those things in your quick slots. So that's basically it in a nutshell. So everything you see here is what you need to know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at my character and I'll see if I have anything within my consumables, within my amulets. There are amulets, there are rings. So just like any other magic game, you have armors, you have weapons, and you have amulets to enhance or defend your body. So just like Neverwinter, you have elemental resistant armor, elemental resistant weapons or damage weapons, and you have things to boost your powers of your weapons or your armors, and those are necklaces and rings. So I have no necklace, I have no rings, and these are things you have to find. Remember, armor is for protecting you, weapons is for killing, and amulets and rings are for boosting your powers and or giving you certain perks. That's what amulets and rings are for, to help out your armor or to help out your weapons. For instance, if you wear a ring in order to decrease your weight capacity of heavy armor you find, that's to help out your armor. If you have a ring to give you more damage with regards to your melee or your guns, that's also a perk. So these are, each weapons have perks, armors have perks, and of course rings have their own perks or capabilities if you don't want to call them perks. And then your characters have traits. So every time you play in the game, you unlock and you beat certain bosses, you unlock a trait, and a trait allows you to survive longer in the game. Like, I've unlocked speed running trait, I've unlocked shooting faster trait. The more you unlock more trait by the more bosses you beat or the more enemies you've encountered or secret loots you found. Let's say you find a secret chest, and inside that chest you find an item that allows you to unlock a trait. You've now, without fighting a boss, have the ability to unlock a trait based on a secret you found. So that's something too. But that's basically the tutorial in a nutshell. Everything's been taught to you: how to duck, how to dodge, how to swing your weapon, how to press R2 and L2 to shoot once you get weapons, how to interact with buttons by pressing square, how to use triangle to switch back and forth within weapons. Triangle is switching weapons. Now, since I don't have any other weapons other than my sword, I press triangle and it just holster it. Otherwise, if I holster my melee weapon and I had a gun, I would have my gun now in my hand. So to access it again, you just press the swing button. So you're saying, okay, if I holster with triangle, I should unholster with triangle again. So pressing triangle again would not unholster your sword. You just swing with R2 to unholster the sword if you only have one weapon. If you have two weapons and your sword, all you have to do is press the triangle again and it will switch to it. But it doesn't apply to the melee. Switching between your guns, primary guns and secondary guns, will only work with triangle. In order to have your sword holstered, you must take a swing with R2. You cannot unholster your sword. Unholstering a sword only happens by pressing R2. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'm going to see if I could get past this tutorial as fast as I can, and once that's done, I'm going to ignore this character and go back to my main. So today's just for me to show the tutorial, which I didn't show the other day. I just gave a rundown. And there, I drank the red items, or items specific for drinking will be highlighted in the green color, but when you pick them up they're red color. It doesn't really make sense. But the healing items are typically always in your up button. I drank one, my health went up a little, and as you see it right there, it's gradually going up. That's the type of healing you need to do. Always do that healing. You could purchase these items from a vendor when you finish your tutorial and you get to a certain level in the game. Use that, and never use your dragon heart unless your health is far below the 50% marker. If your health is at 35% to about 25%, then use your dragon heart. Never use your dragon heart unless your health is above. If your health is at 50 to 100%, never use your dragon heart. Once your health falls below 35%, use your dragon heart. Anything from 30, 25 and below, it's, in fact, never mind that. Anything that falls below 25%, you use your dragon heart, because the next hit from a strong enemy could take out your last 25% of health with their hit. So once you see your health falls at 25%, you take a dragon heart, not a medical vial, not drinking a vial. Now when you kill enemies, sometimes enemies drop items. In this game, some items you could walk over and it automatically goes into your inventory, and other items you have to press the interact button, which is square button, to pick them up. These items are typically called scraps and key items and crafting resources. You press square on them, it's very fast. You just run over them and press them. The character doesn't even bend down to pick it up. It just automatically gets picked up the moment you press the square button.
Yeah.
See, I'm not even messing around with these enemies and not even dodging, because they're weak sauce at the moment. I dodged that.
This ain't good. Yeah.
The only time I would say to use the roll, the long roll, is when you cannot see behind you. Like for enemies directly behind you, dodging backwards will get you closer to them. So roll to the side for enemies that are from behind you. But enemies that are particularly in the front of you or the side of you, do the quick dodge. I'm going to ignore this, otherwise I'll get killed. My health is not looking good.
Hang on!
And that's pretty much the end of the tutorial. After you take him inside, you meet certain people that are thankful that you return his body to them, and you eventually ask for work to do in order to stay here, and they give you work to do. As long as you do work, you're able to stay there and use their facilities, upgrade your weapons and stuff, but you must work for them in order to do so, and also to get resources for you to survive.
Hang in there.
Hurry
You're gonna
up,
be
Ellen!
okay.
We got company! Move! Move!
Oh, you're awake. Hi there. Whoa, take it slow. You got hurt real bad. You don't want to start bleeding again, do you? Ward 13. It's safe here. Maybe the only safe place there is. I'm Wallace. I wanted to see you. I asked the commander if I could. Oh, Commander Ford and Mr. Wriggler found you outside. They brought you here. But they said Mark wasn't coming back. Never mind. The commander said you should come see her when you woke up. She's in the room down the hall. She'll find a place for you. Everyone's got a place. I'll see you later.
Alright, so I'm now within the bunker or the fortress of this place, and the mini-map is present for me to find out where I need to go. And I could either press the options and bring it up to see a wider version of it, or just look at the mini-map and find the commander based on the people who are here. Just run around. Now I know where the commander is.
Hope you can restore
rather
the
than
power soon, stranger.
I told Mark not to go.
Without light and heat,
His brother
weakness
needs
won't
him.
last long.
So I'm gonna first speak to the guys that make weapons or sell weapons.
Hey, it's good to see you on your feet again. Welcome to Ward 13. I did what I could to patch you up. You seem like a tough one, though. Name's Wriggler. Most everyone calls me Riggs. Well, your, sword was pretty banged up in the fight. Not much I could do with it, I'm afraid. The blade was shattered when we found you. Mostly scrap metal at this point. Think I remember Ace mentioned she found a few weapons out in the city. Maybe she'll help you out. Well, last I heard, Ace went down to check out the reactor. Good luck down there. Well, here's hoping the Root haven't found a way into the lower levels.
Now the enemies in this game are called the Root. They're the things that infect this world and causing it to go into disaster. Not much is known about them. but they're the reason why everyone, this world has gone to shit. I cannot get weapons from him unless I speak to
Got
the
nothing
woman,
for ya.
and nor can she help me unless I complete. So you must proceed to the commander and then complete certain parts of the tutorial. The tutorial is not completely over. It's only over once you've accessed a crystal, and a crystal is where you can fast travel to missions. So the moment you access a crystal, you're finally able to join other players, and you're finally able to do missions by yourself without worrying about anything else. So the crystal will typically pop up here, and this is a dead crystal. I need to activate this crystal to come back to life, and I have to speak to the commander in order for that to happen. Once that happens, then and only then am I going to be able to join other players and also be able to play missions by myself. So this is pretty much still part of the tutorial phase, even though it's story. So this game does have a story
Well,
and the lore.
look who's awake. You put up quite a fight outside our gates. It's with Riggs downstairs. If everything checks out here, I'll see you get it back. I'm Commander Ford. This is my base, and you, friend, are an unexpected guest. It's my job to know the kind of people I bring into Ward 13. We haven't seen a living soul on that shore for weeks. You will tell me why you were really out there. Or... No one has been in that tower in a very long time. But you've got no chance of getting there in this storm. Truth is, the ward has been cut off. We had to block the gate. But now that you're here...
So she's basically going to tell you,
First,
in order for you, for them to have
another way
power,
out of here.
they need power in order to do certain things in their
reactor is
place.
on the
Their
lower
power
basement
went
level.
off,
There's a
and the
stairwell
power is
that
needed to
leads down.
activate the
Get it
crystal.
running, then nothing. We already lost. Go check in with. I don't imagine your fists. You do this for us, and I'll make sure you get out of here.
Okay. So another thing that's unknown is that your main player, your protagonist, your character, got to this place on a boat. You don't know the reason why he traveled on this boat. You don't know anything about him. All you know is that he wants to,
Hope we get our power
or she
back
wants to,
soon.
depending on the character you created,
Much done without it.
wants to get to a tower. The game doesn't explain to you why, so it's assumed that he was sent or she was sent on a mission to get into a tower to access. So this character possibly came from another village or another town somewhere, and it's unclear exactly is if this character is completely independent or if this character came from a place that's full of other people as well. But the source of the information is to get to the tower, and this stuff will be revealed in time through conversations if you're following the campaign story.
You picked a hell of a time to visit the ward, friend. Hey, friend. The actor's just through that door and down the stairs. Keep your wits about you.
So the character that's downstairs is the character that's you could sell scraps to in order to get, I guess, more money, so you could buy other stuff. So currently she's downstairs, and I'm going to go and try to help her. Now, since they're not going to give me a weapon, I'm going to have to search around for a weapon first,
You try scaring me out.
and or meet the character, and then do missions with her, and then buy a weapon.
What? Where the hell did you come from? You nearly scared the life out of me.
No one else wandering around down here. You're not from around here, are you? Name's Ace. Ace Cotterill? You? That right? Well, you found it. Starting that relic could mean trouble, though. So, you ever start a reactor? Well, it makes a lot of noise, for starters. Lucky for you, just would have done it
Okay, so what
myself.
she's going to do is just tell you to fend
Okay,
off the
so
enemies while she
legal
try to
safe.
get the reactor started.
Probably.
And from here, this is where things get very interesting. At the beginning, you have a character selection screen. And at the character selection screen, you get to customize your character to see what kind of character you want. You have a armor, and then you have a backpack, and you have a sword, but you're not considered a specific class. Once you meet this woman, this is the point in the game where things somewhat change from a tutorial into selecting a class system. So normally in most games you'll be able to select your class from the beginning, but the game wanted to introduce you to the tutorial how to play the game first before you select a class. So here, after you've been told exactly how to play the game, it's now going to give you a class. A scrapper is basically like a gladiator. He uses mostly melee weapons to kill enemies. He wears heavy armor, and he's unlikely to go down, but he has to close combat fight people. So if an enemy is shooting projectile from a distance, you won't send in a scrapper. You'll make sure someone with a long range gun, like the hunter, is selected for sniping. You could learn about the character's profile from the character themselves. If I select the archetype, I can see exactly what the character is carrying. She carries a 17 damage pistol. Her long range weapon, which is the hunting rifle, does 55 damage, and her scope or her melee damage is 52. Now if I go to Ex-Cultist, the Ex-Cultist is 17, 102, and its melee weapon does 60 damage. Melee damage does 78. Because this scrapper is like a gladiator, he will always have the strongest melee weapon because he wears heavy armor and his sole purpose is to smash things. So even though he has the hardest hitting guns, he's mostly meant for close combat. Safer combat is either Ex-Cultist or Hunter. Hunter has the long range rifle, and your Ex-Cultist just has the regular forward coach shotgun. So if you want a long range damage, because if you want to kill enemies at a long distance and be safe, it's always good to go with a hunter. Not everyone likes the hunter because the hunter has least health than everyone else. But out of the fact that, let's say you're shitty at playing frontal combat, it's best to go with either Ex-Cultist or a hunter. Now if you're experienced, the best solution is always to go scrapper. So for right now, after the tutorial is finished, I am now going to select a hunter.
Get up there and start the reactor.
So first the character creation of the game starts, and then you proceed forward to the tutorial. And after the character creation is done and tutorial is done, you then go into your class. So this game is very user friendly with regards to what you have to do and how you have to do certain things. So even though I'm still in the tutorial phase, it's telling you exactly what you need to do. Switch weapons. Now another way to figure out, once you've chosen your class, you then go into your options by pressing the option button to see them, and they all have like a little circles next to them. Those are where you put on your elemental damage effects on weapons. Once you've beaten certain bosses or once you get past certain level in the campaign, you're able to find like relics and stuff for which you could apply elemental power effects to your weapons. You cannot do it to melee, but you can purchase weapons that have melee perks. At the moment, that's what you have. So far, I'm starting with these armor, no helmet, no rings, no necklaces, nothing. And this is what I got. By pressing on it, you've now selected it, and since I only have this gun, there's no other gun to scroll down to that's available, so I must only select this. Now when it says that square on the gun's type, where it says equip mod, you press the square and it will select a list of mods that you found, and you select what mods you want equipped onto your weapon. You could also take those mods off and switch to different mods depending on the enemy type you're going to be fighting or boss, which is very helpful. So for right now, I'm just going to go to the tutorial phase of this game. You have a beginning base tutorial, you have a class, and you have a character creation. The tutorial is not fully finished. Like I said in the last video, quick dodge is the best way to go. Dodge once, shoot, dodge again, shoot, dodge again, shoot. Only time you do long dodge is when you can't see behind you, or if an enemy is to the far left or far right of you. But if they're kind of in the front of you, quick dodge, shoot. A melee hit is if you believe things are taking too long, you could quickly go for the melee. You could be safe, or you could go for melee. Pressing square, pick up items, you just walk over it. Your stamina recovers, full depletion of stamina will recover in 10 seconds. Half depletion of stamina. Half depletion of stamina will recover in 5 seconds. 25% of stamina depletion will recover in 3 seconds. And that's that. Now, once she's killed them all, she's going to turn on the reactor, and we should have power, which would then activate the crystal. And that should be the end of that. And after that, I'll exit out the game and go back to my main character. And that should be the end of the tutorial. Once the crystal is activated, you could then play the main campaign game.
Did it! Saved your ass too. Hey, don't feel bad. We're alive and the power's back on. I'd call that a win. You best go check in with Ford. Come visit my shop sometime, yeah? I'll make sure to give you the need some help out there discount. Great work with the reactor, friend. Make a good team.
Okay, I'm now going to proceed back to the ward. But first I'm going to search around to see if I find any goodies. Nothing. The enemies aren't pushovers either. My health is already below the halfway point. The game gets progressively hard as you keep playing. This is the beginning tutorial, that's why
Asking a lot for folks you don't know, stranger.
I'm taking so much damage. And that's why the enemies aren't that hard either. I'm not fully dead because I'm not actually playing the campaign, just a tutorial.
Yes. You're trying to get yourself to that little island, yeah? Word moves fast when there ain't many words left around here. Listen, friend, I know you don't know me from a can of paint, but I want to help. You got a feeling of destiny about you. That's the spirit. Here, I want you to have this. Not many people can keep their spirits out there in the world. An old friend told me this little bauble could keep you for death at bay. At least for a while. And if you're looking to buy other treasures for your travels, come see me. Ace has got her own space over there. Between us, we got all sorts of treasures. But that stone there, free of charge. Oh, one more thing. Ellen, Commander Ford, she knows more about that island than she lets on. Ask her about the founder of Ward 13. She'll get you on your path. You picked a hell of a time to visit the ward, friend.
Okay, so as I stated before at the beginning, if you press L1, you use the Dragon Heart. The Dragon Heart fully revives you with regards to your health of any health loss. Let's say you're at 1% health, the Dragon Heart fully restores all health and remove all status ailments. That's what Dragon Hearts are for. You don't use Dragon Hearts unless there's necessary. Never use your L1 unless you have to. What you do is you buy items from this guy, Vials. Buy as many as you possibly can, so you don't have to use your Dragon Heart. You're only given 3 Dragon Hearts, so in missions you won't be able to depend fully on Dragon Hearts.
Why don't you go talk to Ellen?
So you have to talk to Ellen first before you could buy anything from him. And the main objective of completing your tutorial is to activate this crystal. Once this crystal is fully activated, you can now upgrade weapons, buy stuff, and that's it. So tutorial is not fully over. You still have to talk to Ellen in order to activate that crystal. Once the crystal is activated, you no longer have to worry about Ellen anymore, the commander here.
Glad to see you got the reactor running. And
So I'll ignore everything she says so I could speed things up.
you've proven yourself, but I doubt you'll go see Rick. Come see me afterwards.
So now she tells me to go see Riggs, who will then upgrade the weapons that I found based on my class. I actually was given by the character, the other girl. He's now going to upgrade my weapons.
Maybe we can put your old blade to good use after all.
He'll craft all your stuff. He's the crafting guy. He'll upgrade your stuff and sell you new weapons that he finds. So here, you're able to craft. It tells you what to do. He could do 2 things. You could sell stuff to him, you could buy stuff from him, and you could upgrade stuff from him. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to upgrade this weapon for the moment. Right now, I don't have enough money. Right now, I only have 30 coins or 30 currency. I upgraded this once. It's now at 60.5, and that's all I could do for right now.
Right. Hey, now
Because I don't have enough currency.
Oh, and take this. It's not
And-
the strongest stuff, but more protection than what you've got.
And he's going to give me this,
There you
better
go.
armor than what I have.
Sturdier. Every little bit counts out there.
So this is the hunter class. Because I choose hunter class, he now gives me the armor for the class that I have. So the moment you select the class, whatever's hanging on that rack near him will turn into the class for what you've selected.
It's true. We don't have... You did right by it.
That's pretty much it for him.
McCabe over there will help, but, you know, she's not much for chat.
Okay, after you speak to him, go to this character over here.
So you're the stray Ford was talking about. Said we should get you equipped for the city. Doesn't make sense to me, giving away good parts for nothing. Apparently taking out a few root is enough for our commander, though. Ford's gonna give my time to every stray who wanders in, and we're having words. I'm McCabe. I'm the engineer. And you're a pain in my ass. I'm not some scrap peddler. Got it? I don't... Alright then. Let's see what we're dealing with here. From the look of that rifle, you're not getting close to the action. This'll keep those weeds in your sights. That's all you get for now. Get me more components and I'll make more. For a fee. Now get out of here. I'm tired of your yapping jaw. Yeah.
Okay, and it then says what exactly she does. So even though Riggs gives you new weapons and upgraded weapons, what she does is she deals with the modifications, such as things to attach to the weapon. So he's like the blacksmith, and she's more like the elemental creator. She creates modifications to attach to the weapon. So he could have done all this stuff, but I guess he's too busy finding weapons, finding armors, and then upgrading them. So her thing is that she does crafting elements or magic enhancements towards the weapon itself, and that's her main thing. Depending on the enemy type, you have different magic enhancements for your weapons and for your armor. I believe it's mostly for your weapons. You attach it to a weapon, and it either gives you a buff towards that weapon or a defense towards yourself, either a health defense or armor defense or shield defense or elemental mod defense, or it's an attack component that allows you to weaken the enemies or to attack the enemies or to identify the enemies. So she does the mod, and she's extremely helpful. In some ways she's more helpful than Riggs himself, because you can put these things on shitty weapons and they're very acceptable and effective even on shitty weapons. So in many ways she's more helpful than Riggs. But it's also very more than anything, it's very important to upgrade your weapons. So they're actually both very important. If you don't upgrade the weapons, the damage you do to an enemies will be very low. So upgrading your weapons is necessary even if you carry shit weapons. So that's that. I believe she gave me a mod. So now I'm gonna go. Yep. She automatically modified the pistol and gave me a mod to the pistol itself, not the rifle. So that's what it says. Now I could change this mod by pressing square, but I have no other mods available to switch it out with. So at the current, that's what you're given. So now that that's done with,
You're all set, friend.
so now that that's done with, I go back to Commander Ford. Actually, she told me to speak to Riggs, and she would put me on my next assignment, and the sole purpose of finishing the tutorial is to ensure that you now activate the crystal. You cannot join other players, and other players cannot join you until your tutorial is done, which means you must activate your crystal to finish your tutorial.
I hope this will be enough to get you on your way. We can't leave by the gates now, but the founder, my grandfather, gave me this key years ago. He said we should only use it when there's no other choice. Well, we are out of choices. Considering there's a terminal downstairs in the main room. Use the key there. With any luck, we can get the thing running. Don't...
She says blah blah blah. She gives you a key. You then go downstairs. Your mini map. I think you then put the key in here, and once the key is placed in here and it's activated, I believe because the reactor is now on, you can now use the key to activate the power, which will then turn on your crystal. And this should be the end of the tutorial, because without the power they cannot turn on the crystal. And the crystal will then allow you to go to your missions, which then allow you to have other people join your missions.
Really something, isn't it? I'd read about it, but I never saw it working. This red eye might be our only door to the outside world now. You want to get out of here? This is your shot. My grandfather was the commander before me. They called him the founder of Ward 13. He brought everyone to Ward 13 when the Root first attacked. He was determined to learn where the Root came from. He spent so much time out there, searching. And one day, he knew the outside world better than anyone here. It's easier to think he's dead. There's a room just outside the ward. All his notes, any hint of where he went, it's there. If you want to reach the atoll, he may be the last one who knew how to get there. Listen, I know this has all been a bit rough for you. Been rough for everyone.
And after that conversation is over, if you press X or you let the dialogue play way through, you get to this loading screen. You now can, the game then tells you your session is now joinable, which means you have now finished your tutorial and you've been rewarded with a ring for finishing the tutorial section of the game, which is your character creator, which is your intro video to the game and how to do certain moves, which is selecting your class, and which is seeing certain people you need to speak to within the Ward 13, your commander, your weapons creator, modifier, and so on and so forth. And that's pretty much it. You're rewarded with a class that you could choose from. You're rewarded with a ring. And now, before you even decide to go to the crystal and go to your missions,
friend. We weren't properly introduced before.
you now are able to buy items from him, which is extremely important.
If you're looking for more, oh, don't. Man, it's good to see a new. Not easy keep. Give it
So after you skip through all his text, or you listen to it, depending on who you are, you then could ask for his wares. And here it tells you exactly what you could buy and what you can't buy based on your currency and the value amount. So at the moment I only have 50 currency, and 50 currency is not enough to buy the vials. The blood worth vial are the most important things in the game. You could buy 50 of these, 100 of these. You can basically stay alive for a ridiculously long time in missions, as long as you have bandages, ammo, and blood vials. The three most important components. Three most important. Because if you get cut and you start bleeding, wrap up. So these three you could buy a lot of, and you could survive for a long time. Now, in order to get extra currency, you could sometime go to her, turn around, go to her, and give her whatever you find in the mission, and she'll take it and give you money back for whatever you find in the mission.
Guess we're both gone now. But hey.
So she's the trader. You trade stuff that you find in mission. So you sell her and sell everything you find in mission. So far, I didn't find anything in mission or pick up anything in mission, so I can't sell anything through her. She also sells stuff to you as well for a certain price, and whatever she sells to you is products, materials you would need to upgrade. So it says there as well, materials are necessary for upgrading. And of course there's crafting products, things you need to craft better weapons, and these are very important. So you can either buy small amounts of products, or you could buy specific crafting products. Sometimes you don't have enough, so you buy small products. But when you have enough currency, you buy specific crafting products necessary for upgrading both your weapons and your melee weapon as well, and sometimes your armor. So at
Till
the
next
moment,
time.
I have no crafting items, no scraps, but I can finally now be done with the tutorial. Another great part about touching a crystal, it reactivates your health and back to beginning. So let's say you're really in a bad position and you're running away from an enemy. The moment you get to a certain distance away from the enemy and they're not aggroed, you press a crystal and your health comes back to you. So here it tells you everything. So now you've pressed the crystal, and now you can finally start the campaign of the game. And in order to start the campaign, you see three things. You say travel. It will automatically travels you to the campaign. So it automatically sets the campaign in place for you, or you could press world settings, choose the campaign, which is active. It's been active for 4 minutes and 28 seconds. And then you activate the campaign through here. And then travel to here. And that's basically it in a nutshell. Because I stated this in the last video, that's how you do the tutorial. Or should I say, in the last video, I gave you a rundown of the game, how to do everything in the game. But today, I didn't state how to do tutorial. So I'm going to now exit the game and go back to my main character. And that's pretty much it for this video. So from now on, moving forward, I'm just going to play the campaign in the game and select my main character. This is my main character with all my weapons leveled up and selected. And I'm now going to choose public. And I'm now going to decide if I want to start a new game and play the campaign from beginning, which I will. It will then take me to my main crystal at my main Ward 13 fort. I will now press it once again after I got teleported here. I will now press world settings, and I will undo the 35 minutes and 13 seconds which I did yesterday, and start all over by re-rolling it by pressing square, because if you just press X, it will exit out and take you to your last checkpoint. So if I'm going to start all over from the campaign again, not adventure, I would have to press re-roll, press from the ashes, press the mode I want to be on, hard. Progress has gone back to 0. I'm starting all over from the beginning again. I then press X. I then travel to Founder's Hideout. I'm now starting the campaign of this game. And now multiple players are, I think there's a total of 2 players can join you. No, 3. It's you and 3 other players can join you in mission. So a total of a squad of 4 people can play in one mission. So I'm playing this campaign. I am now in mission using my main character. So at any time, players can join me. So that's basically the tutorial in a nutshell. And prompt. Character. Let's see here. Founder's hideout. Okay, so there's one thing I forgot to mention. One last thing is um, how do I terminate myself so I could return to a crystal fast if a player joins me. Let's say I'm running deeply into the game, um, and I'm almost near a boss location, but someone else joins me, and I want them to join me, or I mean even at the halfway point, but they're all the way at a different location, the beginning of the game. If I want to go back there, but I don't want to run back there, there's a way to do that. And if I remember carefully, I have to press the liquid escape item or carry a liquid escape item, and you could either carry that within your consumables, or you could press this and then it will initiate you to fast travel back to your location. So I only have one of this right now, so I'm not going to use it. But this allows you to fast travel back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to my crystal. I'm going to go back to the ward and see if I could buy more than one of these. Now, when you first start the game, you might not have the ability to buy this, or the character might not, the consumable character that sells you items might not be carrying this at the beginning, but eventually he'll carry that, and eventually he'll sell it, and you want to have at least a good amount of those as well, just the same as the amount of vials you carry. Maybe about 10, but no more than 10. Maybe not even like 5 or something. It all depends on.
Here you go.
Okay, so far. Or was it him? No, I don't think it was him that sold it. Who sold it?
Take care then.
You have arrived at Wait. You carry a piece. The root is so great for... This may... Tread carefully, child.
I'm trying to remember exactly how do I get more of these. Maybe a...
Anything you need? Let's...
No.
Safe out there.
So, how to... Okay, let me check on the internet. Okay, so it's not something that you could Okay, I completely forgot this. So yeah, it's not something that you could get on the regular. You would have to defeat bosses or explore areas throughout various different missions. And sometimes they're in chests, sometimes bosses carry them, sometimes they're part of an event. Or you could join multiplayer sessions and team up with others to tackle tougher enemies or bosses or mini bosses. And by loot chance, you'll be able to pick them up. Improve your weapons and gear and armor to defeat leads to more better rewards. So the higher you upgrade your armor and gear, more likely that you'll be able to pick up special items and special loot. There are certain specific farming locations that you could get it from. Liquid Escape. So if you want more Liquid Escape, you would have to beat bosses in order to get Liquid Escape. So you could die and then return back to the crystal. So if you only have one or two, it's best never to use them unless you know those farming locations or you've been beating bosses a lot, which I haven't been beating bosses a lot. Identify and repeat certain areas and then rinse and repeat to get those more drops over and over again. So if you want to rinse and repeat certain areas, which many players do, then you'll be able to get the Liquid Escape. Otherwise, it's not something that you could simply buy. So that's the thing I forgot with regards to the game. If you want to like terminate yourself and return back to your crystal, that's a specific special item that you could only do by defeating bosses or fighting in loot chests and stuff. So I will not be doing that. So depending on my internet, if it holds up for about the next hour, I'm going to play it for um, about an hour. So I would say, yeah, for about an hour, one more hour, or 45 minutes, depending. And I'll call it a day on this because I have something I have to do today. Very important.
Bag's full.
into trouble.
And last but not least, certainly not least, when you die, everything gets reset like you're playing a Dark Souls game. Or if you're playing Neo. So,
Won't fit.
if you defeated enemies before, you then have to defeat them again. And then recover your items.
Here they come.
Actually, if I remember clearly, I don't think you lose your items when you get killed. Everything gets reset, but I don't think you lose your items. I think that's specifically a Dark Souls type thing. I think everything gets reset in the game, but you don't actually lose anything. Oh, I wonder why I didn't do that.
Oh, it's over. That all you got?
Now, there are several ways you could go in this game. It's not really that much part of the tutorial. It's kind of self-explanatory. You could either proceed to the main crystal, or you could proceed to one of these locations that will take you to a different department within the map area. Either underground facility of this area, which is a different area completely, or the direct area that will lead to a boss. Here, I'll just go through this area and proceed to whatever this area takes me to. And just like I stated in the last video, these are kind of like checkpoints. You sit at them to make sure you know where you last were, and if you died, you return back to this checkpoint rather than complete the entire area all over again.
They ain't listening. He's listening. No, they ain't listening.
Now I already have this this guy's item, so I don't need to get his mask again already.
Where'd you come from? What do you want? No. No. Nothing. Nobody. Just a host. Just a host, Adam. Just... Shut up! Voices. It's a voice. I can't. I can't. The destroyer. Forget. The Oak's watching. No. No, I found... Don't wanna. Don't you make me. Don't ask again.
Okay, so
Shh, not so loud. Sure.
he has stuff to trade. You can buy stuff from him. You can buy crafting stuff from him. It all depends on what you're after. So here I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah, okay. Wait, did you just say something?
That's pretty much it. So
I don't know.
he is a vendor that if you're lucky, you spawn and get to his location, which I was lucky. He is also a person which if you defeat and you acquire his mask or his armor, which is very good if you're first starting out the game. So from here, you can then proceed to... I could leave the dungeon and it will take me upstairs and I could continue with the rest of the campaign. So everything I say moving forward in the game at this point is simply just me having fun right now. I just wanted to state the tutorial, which I didn't state it the other day, and play the campaign mode. That's pretty much it.
Come on. Oh, that was terrible.
I have to access a crystal and run to the crystal. I cannot kill myself because I only have one of those liquid things. I have to run back to the main crystal, and he left, so I could now proceed with the main game. I guess he figured I was going to kill myself. That's not going to happen. I want to have one of those things.
Damn it. come on. Oh, it's over. Oh, please. Don't let me get lost. Damn it! How's that, you bastard? Ah! Here comes more of them! It's over. Stay down! Huh. over. Damn, all out. Room. Oh, it's over. Bag's full.
So this is the boss section of this game, I believe. He's depending on where you run to in the map. There are 3 boss sections within an area map, so it really depends on which direction you're going to. Here I'm going to this boss, and at different crystal locations, there are main crystal locations on the map. There are possibly 2 other bosses. So this is one of the bosses. But I believe I'll fight this boss, but for right now, I'm not concerned with beating the boss because it's already been 2 hours and I really need to focus on something else. I just needed to complete this tutorial. So tomorrow is Doom Eternal. If not tomorrow, Tuesday.
Come on. Oh, it's over. Won't fit.
And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much Revenant in a nutshell. Now I'm playing on hard mode, but it doesn't seem that hard because my character is fully maxed out. Typically, this boss is not supposed to be a fight with at maxed out characters. As you're progressing through the campaign, you eventually become stronger, but you're not supposed to be as strong as I am right now. So if you really want a challenge and you want to fight on a strong mode, you typically don't do what I do and fight on hard mode. You fight on the next mode above hard, which is you then play the game, you press public, you then go back to the crystal in your Ward 13. You then press on the crystal again after you get teleported there and select the mode you want to fight on for the campaign. Now, once a mode is selected for the campaign, it stays on that mode until you beat the game. So if you select hard mode for the game, it's going to stay on hard mode until you beat the game. You cannot switch mid-games to a different mode, to easier mode or to more difficult. So you have to go to world settings, you have to pick from the ashes, or world settings. Pick from the ashes, re-roll, select from the ashes, and then select the mode you want to play on for the level you are. So the level that I am with maxed out character is at Nightmare level. I'm not at Apocalypse level, but I'm at Nightmare level, which means the enemies are going to be very difficult, extremely difficult. At hard mode, it's not that much of a difficult once your character is fully maxed out and you're basically New Game Plus the game. So once you beat this game on its first mode, whether it's you play the game originally starting on hard or originally starting on normal, and you beat it once, you have the ability to do Nightmare and Apocalypse mode. I believe Nightmare unlocked directly after you beat hard, as well as Apocalypse after you beat hard. Now, if that's not the case, just Nightmare is unlocked after you beat hard, and then you have to beat it a second time to unlock Apocalypse. So far, I've New Game Plus this game like twice already. So hard mode is not very hard anymore. Nightmare mode is the preferred mode if you've beaten the game more than 2 times. I believe I might have actually New Game Plus this 3 times already. So I'm going to then select Nightmare mode, and I'm going to select from the ashes, which is going to take me everything back to playtime 0. And then I'm going to press X, and instead of pressing fast travel to Founder's Hideout, I'm just going to call it a day because I have other stuff to do. So that's pretty much Revenant from the ashes in a nutshell. The tutorial and how you do certain things in the mission from the video I did yesterday, and of course from today, and how you get from location to location, and how you can kill yourself using special items, and how you dodge, how you aim, and how you upgrade certain things using mods, and upgrade using scraps, and how you pick up things, and how you switch your weapons, so on and so forth, how you dodge, and how you could go back to a crystal to help to make a player respawn, and how you travel throughout the map from location to location and choose the boss you want to fight. If you don't want to fight a harder boss, fight a lesser harder boss, and how you upgrade weapons, and how you buy stuff within Ward 13. So that's basically it in a nutshell. Nothing much. So that's it. I'm done. and I'll call it a day. I won't be playing Warframe today. In fact, I won't be playing any games today until either Doom Eternal on Tuesday or on Monday. So it's either tomorrow or Tuesday is Doom Eternal. If I'm not playing Doom Eternal by Monday, it's because I'm doing something that's very important. But by Tuesday, I should be playing Doom Eternal. Warframe, I'm definitely going to be playing tomorrow at around 10 o'clock in the evening tomorrow in Warframe. But that's it for this video.